Thanks for staying with Sunrise. The Embassy of Jamaica in Tokyo, Japan is hosting an exhibition celebrating the contribution of Jamaican women to 60 years of nation building under the theme, Jamaican Women Holding Up More Than Half the Sky. Let's welcome Sandie Heron, author and educator, and Leveth Jackson, Associate Professor of English at the Sheba University, to share more. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Sunrise.
Good morning.
I'm assuming that Sandie, you are in Japan, right?
Yes, I'm in Tokyo.
Yes. What time is it over there?
It's now 9:18 p.m.
Oh, so I'm saying good morning, and you are saying?
Nice.
It's so nice having you with us this morning, ladies. I'm sure that we can all agree that Jamaica has a very rich culture that is worthy to be shared on the world stage. And Sandie, I just want to start with you. Share with us a little bit, because you are living in Japan. Why is it so important for us to share this very rich culture with East Asia?
Okay. Well, certainly there are many persons here who have never traveled outside of their prefecture. They have never traveled outside of their country. And for us as English teachers, sometimes when we meet students, even for subjects such as geography, they don't even teach about the Caribbean. So a lot of teachers, a lot of students, the only contact that they have to the Caribbean and to Jamaica is when they meet a Jamaican teacher. So of course, we're not only here as educators, but we're here as cultural ambassadors, and not only to teach, but to impart everything about our rich culture so that we can give every person that we meet just an impression of what Jamaica has to offer.
Well, Jamaicans, women especially, according to the Japanese embassy, have been doing just that, Sandie. They've been giving a remarkable impression of Jamaican culture to Japan. Let's talk about this event being put on by the Embassy Leveth. Tell us about your association with the event and why this is so important to have at this time as we celebrate 60 years of independence.
Indeed. Our ambassador here, Her Excellency Shorna K. Richards, she wanted to extend the celebrations. It's our 60th anniversary of independence. And so she wanted to extend it to the Jamaicans living in Japan and wanted us to play an integral role. And so we'll be having a year-long celebration. We kicked off in January with our Blue Mountain Coffee Day. February saw us having our Reggae Month concert via Zoom. That was really good. And March, we had our exhibition. Now, our exhibition is so important because we want to highlight the contribution of Jamaican women nation building in observance of International Women's Day. And so that's why we had our exhibition. We'll also have April seeing us having our Wine and Sip event. So it's a year-long celebration for our 60th Jubilee.
All right, that's remarkable. And tell us a little bit about your own general location. Are you in Japan as well? And what has that been like in terms of, you know, becoming by default an ambassador yourself of Jamaica in Japan?
Yes, I've been living in Japan for 9 going on 10 years. Time really flies. And I live in central Japan, so I'm close to Sandie, who is in Tokyo. I'm just maybe an hour away by train. And I've worked at every stage of the education system here. When I came on the JET program. And as many Jamaicans know, Japan and Jamaica, we have a wonderful relationship with the JET program, spanning maybe almost 30 years now. And I started off at high school, because I've always been a teacher. I was at high school in Jamaica. And then I moved to high school in Japan. They saw my qualifications, moved me up to the BOE. From the BOE, I moved to teaching at university. So I've been at every level of the education system here. And it's so important, as Sandie mentioned, because I'm in charge of curriculum development to showcase Jamaican women and to showcase Jamaicans on whole.
Leveth, I have a question. Leveth, I have a question. Leveth, what qualifications did you have in high school to the extent
No,
that the Japanese government...
No, for teaching high school. So I came to Japan
to teach high school students.
to teach, and I came with a master's in HR and training from the UE.
Yes.
You're fine. I had a moment. I was about to fangirl
They
and
saw
become...
that, and they were like, we're not wasting your talent in high school. Let's send you to the Board of Education.
The BOD.
Type of quality that comes to Japan from Jamaica.
I follow you.
Yeah.
So that now you are an associate professor of English. I want to go back to speaking about this fantastic event and how you women are highlighting other Jamaican women in Japan. I want to speak about the categories that you will be highlighting from. The theme, though, before that, Jamaican women holding up more than half the sky. Why was that chosen? Is there any special or particular significance to that theme? Whoever can explain.
You want to take that, Sandie?
Yes, absolutely. So the theme for the exhibition is Jamaican women holding up more than half the sky. And this theme was actually inspired by the RGR Gleaner Communications Group's specially commissioned book, Jamaican Women of Distinction, Holding Up More Than Half of the Sky, that was produced in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport, as well as the Jamaica National Group Limited. So that is really where the inspiration came from. We wanted to feature Jamaican women who have made significant contributions in different spheres. For example, in politics, diplomacy, economy, arts and culture, journalism, medicine, law, and so much more.
And you mentioned the categories, which is where I wanted to go into. I am going to highlight, what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to highlight two interesting women, Sharian, and I think you could do the same and allow these ladies to weigh in, because you're highlighting women to a Japanese culture that I don't even have information about. Dr. Cicely Williams, in the category of medicine and environment, is Jamaica's first female doctor and a pioneer of maternal and child health globally. That's amazing.
Yep. Yes.
That's so cool. I don't know Dr. Cicely Williams' story.
I'm not
and so that's such important work. Let me find another absolutely awesome, cool woman that is being highlighted. Wyverlyn or Wyverlyn Gager in the field of communication. Wyverlyn, beg your pardon. Wyverlyn, madam. Editor-in-chief. She became the first woman to occupy this post in 1954 in one of the Western Hemisphere's oldest and most venerable news organizations here in Jamaica. First woman in 1994. Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Have you ever heard of Barbara Bailey, professor? She has achieved regional recognition for her research on and advocacy for gender equality and equity in the Caribbean. So that's a very important person, yes, in the field of education. And then we are looking at, I like this person, Minna Israel. Where did I find her information?
Great.
She is in, business. Yes, it's here somewhere. But I mean, all of these women are just iconic, making their mark. What kind of impact has this, do you expect this to have as you continue to celebrate, ladies? I'll stay with you. Where am I? See all of my papers, yes. Sandie. What kind of impact do you expect this kind of disclosure of Jamaican excellence to have among Japanese, the Japanese culture, and maybe to other Jamaicans living in Japan?
Okay, so first, Leveth will add a little bit more, but I just want to talk a little bit about the sense that I had while I was there at the exhibition and just walking through, seeing all the displays. I'm not sure if we have any pictures that we can share, but it was like walking through a sea of excellence. It was so amazingly done. Her Excellency Shornake Richards and her team at the embassy did such a great job, and so it made such an impact. And after the presentations that we had, for example, Leveth was walking through with different Japanese women who were there, and we were just so proud to introduce the different women who were on display and just to show them that as women there is nothing that we cannot do.
So true.
Wow. Leveth, speak to us about the kind of impact that Sandie mentioned in terms of the exploration or the exposition on these particular women. what you've been
So
seeing?
I was like a tour guide, and Sandie saw that. I'm so passionate about my small country. And I got a lot of feedback, and it was just positive. I was just overwhelmed, blown away, great feedback. Because after the presentation, we had the opportunity to walk through the exhibition. So we had to go through, and you could read about these women. And I can just say that our event was a total success. I remember particularly this one reporter. She stuck by my side, and I was just going through and telling her about the different categories. And she mentioned that she believes that all of these women on display should definitely be a part of a curriculum, so that we can show the world the influence, the skills, the talents of our Jamaican women in terms of nation building. And trust me, I was blown away. That was just like a big compliment. She wanted a curriculum that even Japanese students can learn about the impact of women.
So Leveth, I'm sure, and Sandie, I'm sure that this is going to be a very good exhibition, and I can just feel the excitement. Just share with us, for those of us who are home and probably would want to join the exhibition virtually, will that be available? Yes, no, maybe so.
I wish, but well, we have a YouTube channel. I'll share more details a little bit later when we're speaking. But we have a YouTube channel that anyone can, of course, subscribe to.
Right.
We'll give more information. Jamaica 60th in Japan on YouTube that will show all the highlights.
Okay, so we can check out the highlights on YouTube. And if there's anybody in Japan and they want to be a part of this exhibition, how do they make contact with you?
Okay, so the exhibition runs from the 31st of March to April 7th from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. weekdays only at the Embassy of Jamaica in Minato-ku, Tokyo. So we're inviting everyone in the Jamaican community to come and partake and to see our phenomenal Jamaican women on display, and also to take your Japanese friends, colleagues, your students, as well as any other members of the expat community to be with us.
Sandie Heron is an author and educator. Thank you so much for joining us. And Leveth Jackson is Associate Professor of English at Chiba University. They joined us to tell us more about an amazing program put on by the Jamaican Embassy in Japan to highlight our Jamaican women. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies.